After months of bloody fighting, Ukrainian soldiers at the besieged Azovstal steel plant laid down their arms and started being evacuated by Russian forces as prisoners, apparently ceding control of Mariupol.
Українські герої потрібні Україні живими.
Soldiers being carried out to buses could be seen in footage shared by local authorities and Russian media, after Russia announced an agreement for the wounded to leave. The site was the final holdout of Ukrainian soldiers who had resisted Russia's occupation of the strategic port city, even after Moscow declared control over Mariupol in late April. Here's how Azovstal, where hundreds of civilians had also taken refuge for weeks, became one of the most dramatic battles in the war and captured the world's attention. As the Russian army turned Mariupol into rubble over the course of 3 months, it failed to quickly seize the Azovstal plant. In a televised address last month, Putin ordered his troops to temporarily pause the attacks and secure the area.
Заблокируйте эту промышленную зону так, чтобы муха не пролетела.
The site is a Cold War-era labyrinth of warehouses, tunnels, and rail tracks spanning a territory of 4 square miles. Alongside the Azovstal fighters, hundreds of civilians got trapped. Throughout the siege, the Ukrainian soldiers posted videos of the dire situation online, showing children and women as well as the conditions they lived in and calling for help.
Угрупування противника в десятки разів перебільшує нас. Вони мають панування у повітрі, в артилерії, в угрупуваннях, які діють на суходолі, технікою та танками.
In early May, the fighters said they were let down by politicians and criticized Kyiv for abandoning them.
У нас залишається багато військовослужбовців поранених, які згідно про яких ми просимо, кричимо про допомогу. Їм потрібно надати надати можливість евакуюватися в першу чергу.
The Ukrainian president had called on Russia to release or exchange those remaining at Azovstal. These pleas and the worsening humanitarian situation there got the world's attention. In late April, the UN Secretary-General met with the Russian president and asked to set up civilian evacuations from Azovstal. Following the visit, hundreds of people were escorted out via a United Nations-brokered humanitarian corridor. But the fighters stayed on despite dwindling prospects of a victory. The wives, girlfriends, and mothers of the Azovstal forces lobbied for their rescue. Some embarked on an international tour, including a visit to the Pope.
You are our last hope. We hope you can save their lives. Please don't let them die.
On Monday, Ukraine said about 260 fighters were taken to Russian-held areas and that they will be exchanged for captured Russian soldiers, while efforts continued to evacuate remaining defenders. The Kremlin said the soldiers would be treated in accordance with international standards. The end of the battle for Mariupol is likely to be viewed as a major victory in Moscow, but Kyiv also called it mission accomplished, as a prolonged resistance helped the Ukrainian army to organize its resources.
Завдяки оборонцям Маріуполя ми отримали критично важливий час для формування резервів, перегрупування сил та отримання допомоги від партнерів.